So, if I could provide advice to any college student who's considering going into our profession, it would probably be three things. The first thing that I would really focus on is your schoolwork. Obviously, first and foremost, you have to get your degree. But while you're focusing on your schoolwork, I would also really start to look into some of the things that are outside the world of Ohio University and academia. Look at some of the real world issues that are actually facing advisors right now. A perfect example of this is within the last 12 months, the Department of Labor basically became a third regulatory body for our industry. And it's created a lot of havoc for a lot of advisors. Understanding what's going on with things like that, it's impacted the way that we work with clients, the way that we can charge clients. So it has impacted us in a lot of ways, and that's the environment that you're going to be going into. So I think it's very important that you spend a little bit of time each day, each week, just reading articles, looking at things outside the walls of the classroom so that you have an understanding of the world that you are actually entering into when you apply for your first job, when you interview for your first job, and ultimately when you get your first job. The second thing that I would say is, even if you're not sure what track you want to go on, you don't know necessarily what industry specific area you want to be in inside of finance, just start to look at the different programs that are out there. The CFP, the CFA, things like that, that look at the coursework and look what it actually requires to get those designations, because those are going to be extremely useful moving forward in whatever career you choose. And if you look at that coursework now and you say, you know what, that sounds like something I'm interested in, then you might as well jump into it now, because I can tell you one thing, it's a heck of a lot easier to get those designations and take the coursework while you're in school, as opposed to trying to do it while you're out of school, working a full-time job and doing it on the side. And I would know, because that's exactly how I got my CFP. So I would highly recommend just looking out a little bit into the future, which I know can be hard to do at the age of 18, and just look into some of the options that are out there for you. The last thing that I would say is, Ohio University is an absolutely marvelous school, and one thing that you will find, and that I have found over the last 15 years since I graduated, is that I find Ohio University alumni everywhere I go. And no matter what job I have ever looked into getting, no matter what place I have looked in moving, I can almost always find a fellow Bobcat somewhere to connect with that can help me with that transition. So it is really important that do more than just the normal coursework. Get involved in student organizations. Make as many connections as you can here, because ultimately you never know where those connections are going to lead you 10, 15, 20 years down the road.